Studying is always going to be a constant when you come to the medical profession, but it doesn't always have to be in the same manner, right? Join me on this Study With Me challenge, wherein I am going to be taking up the biggest chapter of physiology, also known as central nervous system, and channeling all that I have understood from the Hindu Purana into a form that can be revised by me at different intervals of time. Let's get into this productive study vlog.
Exam season is coming up once again, and this time we have the entire portions, and of those entire portions, central nervous system, CNS of physiology, is the blooming big part. I've not really done CNS, like neuroanatomy, fine, it's okay, I'm doing all right in it because I was seeing the dissection, but the cerebellar syndrome, this what happens if this sort of lesion happens, no idea at all. Lot to be done. And that's what this study challenge video is about. Let's get into it.
Alright, so when it comes to the anatomy part, I did not really go into the details because I had already covered a lot of it in neuroanatomy. And also, if you've seen my previous videos, you know how, like, the same concept, I don't like referring to multiple textbooks because it kind of provokes me, and when things clash or when the same thing is written in a different way, it makes me feel like I don't know much. So for that reason, I just went through, and instead of going through the Hindu Purana, from every single anatomy, whatever I remembered, I was just saying it aloud and then looking through my Vishram saying at this point. This happened really quickly and I didn't really take any notes because this was just my form of revision method for anatomy and not for physiology. We have finished how the cerebellum really functions. It was really interesting. I don't know it in depth, but then whatever I read, it is interesting, like how these there are different inhibitions, like feed forward, then feedback inhibition, then how like they all work together and they form like a reverberating circuit, you know. Just a video. So now I am going to have dinner and get back to studying. If there's one thing that 1 year of hostel life has taught me, it's the art of not feeling lonely when in one's own company. I used to be very fearful of being left alone or feeling left out amongst a group that I have grown attached towards. But through a lot of introspection and self-analysis, I've been able to grow out of that narrow mindset and look at the bigger picture. Like, even at home, I used to study alone and less in groups, but I was always in the vicinity of my family, so there was always this feeling of togetherness. But here, on the other hand, apart from in the library, most of my study sessions would be in my room. So it did take a lot of adjusting and accepting to adapt to this new phase and become comfortable with it. But at times when I felt like it was too difficult to be alone, and when I felt the need to socialize, I would rush off to the other rooms and reach back onto that familiar feeling of friendship and family.
It is currently thundering, and that's not a good sign, so I need to turn off all my electronics. I'm still going to sit out and study, but then I'm not going to record because I'm alone in the room as well. So if something happens, no. But yes, I have finally got the drill to study now. I also made like a very small timetable on how much I want to accomplish by next week, June 16th. So I am focused. I think I am. I don't want to go on my phone. Even if I want, I can't because it's not good weather outside. So yes, I'll study for some more time. See you tomorrow. So it is the next day and we're doing the same thing but proceeding further. How are we going to proceed further? Well, I want to take a nap, but before that, I had made these kind of points of CNS, however much I had completed yesterday. So I'm just going to spend some time revising those and highlighting the points which I know I'm going to forget. The brainy thing or the smart thing to do right now is for every single disorder or syndrome that I'm studying, that is like cerebellar syndrome, Parkinson's, or whatever I'm studying, I should make a mnemonic for it. So right now I'm just going to go through these notes, spend half an hour from 5:30 to 6 o'clock, highlight them and try and come up with ways I can remember it. And then I'm going to take a nap from 6 to 7 and then we'll see how we can proceed. That's it. Bye. Basically, it is 1 a.m. and we're trying to make Maggi because Aisiri and Smita are kind of hungry.
And I am washing utensils for
I
them.
don't know why they don't wash it on time, na? And the whole world doesn't want us to have Maggi, man. You want to tell them a
She
story?
wants to have some Maggi man.
सिर्फ मैगी खाना है हमको.
She wants Maggi man.
मैगी मैम. 1 बजे हो गया, अब तक सोने का टाइम हो गया.
Is it your way past your bedtime?
पर मैं मैगी खा रही हूँ, मैं बड़ी बन गई. ये मेरा सेकंड टाइम है. She's not able to open this baby.
ये वैसे भी
वो क्या है ना, the world doesn't want us to make Maggi, so it's kind of evident.
Shut up. Shut up.
You know, I'm 20 and you're 18.
So
हाँ ठीक है देखो
I'm matching with the Maggi.
Meanwhile,
लेग में ना मुझे एक सूरज ब्रांच होती है, सूरज से जस्ट
ब्रांच होता है, फिर सूरज कम्युनिकेटिंग ब्रांच में कुछ तो.
हाँ एंड सूरज
Okay, so it's currently 3 in the morning and I can't really speak very loudly. But today has been an incredibly long day. From the past 3 days, if I was to have a quick deep talk, from the past 3 days, I've been really focusing a lot on studying, and I get that's good. Everyone is doing that. But that has cost me a lot. Basically, I used to go on morning walks. I can't do that anymore because I'm sleeping very late. I also want to take out time for myself, but I'm not really able to. So it's kind of frustrating. It's not very frustrating because this is what life is about, right? And this is the time wherein I have to focus. I can focus on myself later once the exams are over or once I feel more comfortable in my routine. I thought that I had gotten used to the schedule of sleeping late and all of that, but no, this past week has been tremendously destructive. Like, I was going for a nap with the lights on and at 10 p.m. and I suddenly wake up at 2 a.m. and it was so confusing. It happened for 3 days straight wherein I forgot about what I was doing, and then I would turn off the lights, brush my teeth and go back to sleep. So that has been my state from the past 3 days. But today it's not going to be like that. It's already 11:30, and the thing is, me and a few of my friends, we are doing this study buddy group. So after every hour we're just checking on each other if we're still studying or not. So that's kind of bringing me to focus, and I have to study whether I like it or not.
Anyways, that brings us to the end of this video, and I must say that note taking is something which I have really grown accustomed to and which has really influenced my academics, especially when you think of it from the exam point of view. Come back next week for more time out with Aisiri. Up until then, bye.